Rainbow Magic. Jasmine, the Present Fairy. Chapter 1. A Special Street Party. Look at all the stalls, Rachel, Kirsty Tate said, pointing down the street where she lived. This is going to be a great party. All of Kirsty's neighbors were bustling around, setting up stalls outside their houses. There were all sorts of things going on, from games and raffles to stalls selling breeze and bread and cakes. Delicious smells wafted towards the girls from the barbecue at the other end of the street. The road was close to traffic, and people were already milling around in the sunshine, enjoying the city. I think having a street party is a good idea, Rachel Walker, Kirsty's best friend, said with a grin. I wish we had one in our streets back home. Rachel had come to stay with Kirsty for a week of the Easter holidays. Kirsty was opening the last box of books. We'd better hurry and put this on the sale, she said. Lots of people are arriving now. I'm glad the party is today before I go home tomorrow, Rachel said, helping Kirsty arrange the books on the stall that Mr. and Mrs. Tate were running. I hope we raise loads of money for charity. We always do, said Kirsty happily, stocking the book neatly. Lots of people comes to the party from all over town, but, she lowered her voice, we will have to be extra careful this year, won't we? Rachel nodded solemnly. Yes, she agreed. A party means we must keep our eyes open for goblin mischief. Rachel and Kirsty shared a wonderful secret. They had become friends with the fairy town, and whenever their fairy friends were in trouble, Rachel and Kirsty were happy to help. The cause of the trouble was usually called Spiky Jack Frost, who had been banished to his ice castle by the king and queens of fairyland. This time, Jack Frost was determined to ruin the secret party which the fairy godmother and the 7 party fairies was planning for the fairy king and queen's 1000th jubilee. Jack Frost had sent his mean goblin servants into the human world to spoil as many parties as they could. When the party fairies flew to rescue, the goblins tried to steal their magic party bags so that Jack Frost could use their special magic to throw a fabulous party of his own. But Rachel and Kirsty had managed to stop the goblins so far and help 6 of the party fairies to keep their party bags safe. I'm not going to let Jack Frost's goblins spoil a street party, Kirsty said in a determined voice, or the king and queen's jubilee. Rachel nodded in agreement as Kirsty's parents hurried towards them. You have done well, Mrs. Tate smiled, admiring the neat piles of books. I think you 2 girls have worked hard enough, Mr. Tate added, as customers began to gather around the stall. You can go and explore the city. Great! Kirsty whispered to Rachel as they walked away. Now we've got a chance to look for goblins. The girls wandered happily through the crowds. There were lots of games, such as dirt, hook a duck, and a tombola, and there were tables piled with bric-a-brac toys, homemade jams, and other things for sale. Rachel stopped it at a cake stall, her mouth watering as she looked at the delicious display of tarts, scones, and pies. Cherry, the cake fairy, would be proud of those, she laughed. There's no sign of any goblin mischief, said Kirsty. Shall we have a go on the tombola? The tombola was manned by one of Kirsty's neighbors, Mr. Cooper, and there was already a queue. Kirsty and Rachel stood behind a little girl holding her mom's hand. The girl was staring up at the prizes on the shelves behind the tombola machine. I hope I win a cuddly toy, Mommy, she said excitedly. Any ticket ending in 4 wins a prize, called Mr. Cooper, spinning the tombola around. Rachel and Kirsty watched as the little girl pulled out a purple ticket. She unfolded it carefully. Mommy, I won, she gasped. It's number 214. Well done, her mom laughed. Let's hope it's a soft toy, Rachel whispered to Kirsty as the little girl handed Mr. Cooper the ticket, but sharp-eyed Kirsty had already spotted the prize with purple tickets 214 pinned to it. It's not, she said, pointing. Look. The prize was a blue plastic apron with a picture of a fluffy white kitten on the front. Kirsty hoped the little girl wouldn't be too disappointed. Right, let me find your prize, said Mr. Cooper, scanning the shelves. It's here somewhere. But just before he spotted the apron, something magical happened. Rachel and Kirsty saw a shower of blue sparkles appear from thin air and whirl around the apron. The next moment, the apron had vanished, and in its place sat a fluffy white toy kitten with a blue satin bow around its neck. Pinned to the bow was a purple ticket. Purple ticket 240. I won the white kitten, the little girl cried joyfully, looking puzzled. Mr. Cooper lifted the toy down. I don't remember seeing that prize before, he murmured. Kirsty and Rachel grinned at each other as Mr. Cooper handed the kitten to the delighted little girl. That was fairy magic, whispered Kirsty. Rachel nodded. And that means there must be a pretty fairy very nearby.